Good afternoon, everyone else. How are you doing? Everything is fine. So let's start joining the class. So we'd be proceeding on the presentation. So for the presentation, we'll start off with just group 1 and move on until group 15. So make sure that you're set and ready. So a group that is called and did not really present is then passed. So make sure that you don't miss your turn. So we'll start off with group 1 and then group 2 until we'll count on to the last group 15. So we'll be starting in just 50 minutes. So I'd set a 5-minute timer, and during that time, anyone who doesn't join, please let them know to join, especially from your group members. Go ahead and tell them, especially most importantly, group leaders are expected to join. There you go. So I have set a 5-minute timer. So this is the time for everyone else to get ready. So the first presenter is going to be group 1. So group 1, please use the StreamYard link that I'm going to send you. Then join the StreamYard. I have sent you the StreamYard link was on WhatsApp and also on Telegram. So please join the StreamYard, the first presenter, group 1. So I have a couple of you here. I want to know which group is actually presenter. Uh, you can unmute and speak. We have Kadist, we have one Marta, who is the presenter. If you don't say anything, then I have to move on to group two. I have put you on
I
stage.
am the presenter.
Okay, Kadist. Okay. What about one Marta? Is this part of your team or not?
I'm not sure, but flight delay analysis is group one's.
Okay, group one then. So I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. You go on.
So our group has. Do I start?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
So our group has decided to take on a flight delay analysis from an open GitHub repository that we found that basically gives us information about flights from 2024. And this data set includes departure delays, arrival delays, categorized by day, month, time, and airline and airport name, and its main focus is from it's based in the United States. So what we do in our data analysis, what we're going to see is average delay by airline, average delay by day of the week, monthly delay trends, top airports with the highest departure delays, arrival delays, correlation between departure and arrival delays, which will be shown as heat map, and a histogram to show the distribution of departure delays. So the first part, we have the average delay by airlines. You can see our like Python code on the side, and the graph that the Python code gives on the right side. So based on our analysis of the average departure delay by airline, we've seen that the Frontier airline of codename F9 has the highest departure delays of up to 20 minutes, while the US Airways has the lowest departure delay of less than 4 minutes. And on our analysis of average delay by day of week, we have seen that the highest delay on the 8th the highest delay of the month happened on the 8th day of the month, which has reached more than 20 minutes, and the lowest delay has happened on the 4th day of the month, which was around 6 minutes or less. And on our monthly delay trends, we can see that it's not really a uniform pattern that we can see, and we've concluded from our observation that the month of July has the most amount of departure delays, reaching up to 21 to 22 minutes, whilst the month of November has the lowest delay of less than 6 months. And we used Seaborn to plot the graphs of most of these graphs or of these analysis, but here and there we have also included the Matplotlib library. And we also have the top airports with the highest departure delays, and the airports and airlines are different. Mind you, a lot of people seem to be confusing this. And the top airports with the highest departure delay seems to be the New York Liberty International Airport, which also has the name EWR, to have an average recurred departure delay of up to 15 minutes. And that and our arrival delay analysis showed that the Colombian Metropolitan Airport, this analysis was made based on the airport that has the highest delay, and the Colombian Metropolitan Airport has the highest arrival delay of up to 40 minutes. And you can see the graph on the side, and About like half of these airports have around similar delay minutes of around 20 minutes, but the biggest five or the top five airports with the highest arrival delays uh, are varying in range. And here we can see the correlation between arrival and departure delay. And the in the arrival delay, we have a staggering difference of 0.91 on the correlation heat map of the arrival and departure delay, which shows a very, very, very strong relation between both features. This means delay and departure would result in also delay of arrival. And then on our last slide, we can see the distribution of departure delays. And here we don't really see many outliers. And the highest frequency, we have distributed this based on frequency and the delay minutes. And this doesn't really have, this can show us that the airports and the airlines are not really frequent in having departure delays. And most of the delays that happen range to about 1/10 of the time, which is around like 15 minutes. We've come to notice from the histogram we see on the side, but we don't really have that many outliers, and our outliers are really, really little, which don't really give us that big of a difference to our general data. Thank you very much. That was our presentation.
Thanks a lot, Gadist and the team, for the precise presentation and also a quite insightful graphical representation that you have showed us. And also you've used your time so perfectly at the moment that you have ended your presentation. That was 5 minutes. Perfect. So it's quite interesting to understand the analytics of the airlines. It would have been cool to do this in the Ethiopian airline case, especially maybe the local flights. But I don't think the data are available, publicly. So I really am happy with what you have achieved. So maybe if I could ask you a question, was this the first that you've started working on data analysis, or did you have any previous experience?
I am a little bit interested in machine learning, and I think I have started a little bit classes on data analysis.
Okay, that's interesting. So did this training help you in any way? This you're on mute, maybe if you're speaking. Hello, Gadist, can you hear me? Okay, I think that would be a connection challenge. So who's the next present? This was a great presentation from group 1. That's amazing. Group 2, then please, I think I'll put you on stage and let me know which one of you is group 2. I have a couple of already here. So I put you on stage. Please unmute and speak. Who's the presenter for group 2? So
I am the presenter. I am the presenter.
Okay, can you also put share the slide that you want to present so that I can put it on stage?
Okay. Yeah.
Make sure for the other teams, please join earlier, and inside the chat of the StreamYard, tell me who is group 3. Group 3, join the StreamYard and tell me who is actually on group 3. So Herman, did you understand the way that you'll be able to present? There is a tab.
Yeah, it's processing.
Okay. Until then, can I know who is group 2, group 3? Okay, Hermon, there you go. I'm going down stage. You're up. You have 5 minutes. Go. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. So we chose the data set from Kaggle to study the correlation between study hours and GPA, and we've made it a little simpler, the data, but we tried to use Python, NumPy, Pandas, and also Seaborn. So first, let's start with our research objective. We tried to determine if time management is the primary predictor of academic performance, or if the correlation between study hours and GPA is nonlinear or linear, or if there is some kind of relation between study time and GPA. So we used a data set with a sample size of around 2,392 student records, and we have weekly study hours and a final GPA as a key variable. And our goal is to identify the strength of linear correlation in the study time. So let's get started. So the first is the data exploration. In data exploration, first we have to see if the data has loaded actually is loaded. So we've used pandas, and then so we can see the first four rows, five rows of the data with around 16 columns. And then we've checked if there are missing values, and we've tried to describe it with its min, maximum, and minimum values to see if there are any outliers. So in the data, there are no outliers. Actually, there are no missing values, and the outliers are not that much significant. The range is not that much large. And so when we start to study the relationship between the study hours and GPA, the first thing we do is to see if there's a general relation, which means by averaging the study time and the grade. So it gives us a general description about the dataset before getting into a more deeper insights. So in the average time, the average study hour of the data was 9.77. This doesn't only give us a general description, but we used it to define the cutting line for grouping the dataset into two groups in high study time and low study time. So we can see if there is an actual difference in the GPA of high study time groups and low study time groups. The second part is the average grade. The average grade, we average the grade of the whole students, and it's 1.91. So will the high study groups score above 1.91 or below 1.91? So we'll see that in here. So when we average the students with high study time, their GPA is actually above the average, and the low study time is below the average. So we cannot see a significant change. So in here we can see there is a slight difference, and also on the bar chart is visible that there is a slight difference between high study and low study groups. So a slight difference in GPA between students with more study time per week. So this indicates there's some kind of relation between study time and GPA, which is direct. So now we have to get more deeper into the relationship between the study time and the average in the GPA of the students. So let's get deeper insight about the data, the correlation coefficient, and the regression line. So we use the correlation coefficient to see if the strength of the relationship between study time and GPA, and the strength have become to be 0.18, which is much weaker. So we can also see in the graph there, although the points are scattered, there's some kind of lifting up as we go from left to right. As the study time per week increases, there's some kind of lifting up that we can see there's no 0.0 in the 20 hours of study time. So there's a positive relationship actually between study time and GPA, but we cannot say that study time is the sole predictor of GPA. As we can see, there are some outliers, which means like students with low study time may have scored higher GPAs, and students with high study times may have a lower GPA, which means it cannot be the sole predictor, but it can actually be some kind of can be counted as a kind of a factor. And so some discount points may also imply that sometimes a large amount of study time might not lead to a better grade. So after we analyze this data, what we have concluded is the correlation is proven. So the analysis in NumPy confirmed there is an existence of positive relationship, a positive correlation of 0.18 between weekly study hours and GPA, a weak relationship. And then the trend is as weekly study time increases, a steady rise can be observed in average grades, which means though it cannot bring a significant change, some kind of improvement can be seen as we increase our study time. And when we see the consistency, the data shows that while there are outliers like students who get high grades with low study time, the majority of high achievers follow a consistent study schedule. So in general, what we can see is that, of course, more study hours lead to better grades. But this cannot be the only factor to prove that that someone gets a better grade. But the sweet spot of study time per weekly appears to be 15 to 20 hours, as you can see in the graph. More of the points are lifted up. There are no 0.0 GPAs. All of them are above that. So we can say that 15 to 20 hours, as of our data, as of the data we've analyzed, 15 to 20 hours are actually the most optimum time to study to get a better grade. So this is our end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, we're welcome.
Thanks a lot, Hermon. That was an amazing presentation and quite insightful to actually listen to this, as we are mostly passing most of our life through studies. And it's quite insightful. I love the fact that actually it proves the points, you've defined from your data and insights that it's actually positively correlated, that the amount of studying could actually result in a better grade, but actually the relationship is just correlation but not causal relationship. Had it been causal relationship, then it would have been a strict definition that more study does mean more grade. But then still this shows that more study could be the reason for a better grade, but we can't say in a defined manner because there are still other determining factors. How do you study, the environment that you study, what kind of content are you actually studying towards your exam, and everything actually adds up. But then still it defines this one parameter of study. Had the table contained more of these data sets, and it would have been a great, even you can enhance your insights. This is amazing to listen. I'm very happy that with the time management that you have used, perfectly used. So I'd leave the floor to any of your fellow friends. You can go ahead and write down questions and remarks, maybe suggestion and future improvements that you like in the chat section. Beyond that, I'm quite happy with your work. So maybe Hermon, are you a university student, studying a lot of hours, or just are you still in the high school?
I'm a university student. I'm a second-year software engineering student in Addis Ababa Science and Technology University.
Quite interesting. That's amazing. Okay, maybe we'd come to campus doing these things in person. That would be.
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely. I'd contact you. Okay, Delight, thanks a lot. Delight and Hermon, thanks a lot. I'm putting you off stage. That was a great presentation. So who is a presenter for group 2, group 3? Group 3. I'm adding to stage everyone here. Group 3, please unmute yourself and tell me you are group 3. If you haven't joined, please join. Otherwise, I may have to remove. Group 3, calling once. I'm gonna make it an auction. Group 3, calling once. Group 3, calling twice. Group 3. Okay. We don't have the time in the world. So maybe you can also write me in the chat, your name. because I couldn't put everyone on the group stage. You can write me a text in the internal chat, in the private chat. Okay. I don't see anyone from group 3, so I'm moving on to group 4. Who's group 4? Group 4. Group 4, you can always write me in the chat, and also a group that would like to present, that is then welcome to present, all right? You're more than welcome to present. If you would like to present, please let me know. Just join StreamYard, say in the chat, and I'm going to put you on stage. Group 4. Please write down in the chat section, because there are a couple of you in the chat that I can't bring everyone else on stage. Please write it down in the chat. Maybe in Telegram, WhatsApp, that's also cool. You can write it down there. I can see if you're there. Okay. Lavutakun group 13, but I don't see you on the StreamYard. You need to join StreamYard for presentation. Okay, we are on group 4. Group 4. Last call, group 4. Who's the presenter for group 4? Okay, I really don't see anyone for group 4. Okay, moving on to group 5. You know, this is going to affect your grade towards certification, you know. If you had nailed every grades, then it's okay. But this is going to affect truly. Group 5. Who is okay? Bro. Bro. So, bro, which group are you?
I'm group 3.
Where have you been? I was calling you. Okay, anyways. So you have 5 minutes to use our time effectively. So go ahead and start the presentation. I'll stop you at 5.
Okay, today I will present on AI job replacement and skill shift, automation risk and reskilling.
Make it. Excuse me. Can you make it full screen?
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. I can hear you. Can you make it full screen?
Okay, I will.
Your time is counting, you're in with 4 minutes.
Okay, can I continue now?
Yes, make it full screen.
I
Okay,
screen.
okay, maybe just go on. So, Abra, you're remaining with 3 minutes. Maybe if you're still having a technical challenge, we may move to the next group.
So I share. You see
It's
my full screen?
No, we can't. Just maybe just go on.
Now,
It's still the same thing. Abra, just go on.
hello.
Abra, we can hear you. Please go on presenting. You've completed your time, anyways. I mean,
Okay.
who is the presenter for Group 5?
Okay. Here is our agenda. The first, automation risk category, then automation risk by country and industry. The third one, key insight, and we finished by implication. The target or the objective of this analysis assess the automation risk across different job category and identify industry with the highest risking urgency. So we're gonna know automation risk category. From the plot, I think in the growth in the medium age, jobs are classified into high, medium, and low automation risk. High risk job, manual task, most vulnerable to AI. Medium risk means it is partially automated role, and low risk job, creative, strategic, or interpersonal role. The second topic, automation risk by country, industry. From country, like Australia, Singapore, it is high risk, and Germany, it is set at low risk. And from industry, higher risk, energy, manufacturing, and finance, and we see at lower skill education and technology. We can see in the plot, Australia is the first and Singapore. And we can see the third topic, high-risk job role. Okay, from the top vulnerable top, the first truck driver, it is most vulnerable by AI, and the second customer support, HR manager, and so on. Routes, line, and repetitive, it is highest risk. We can see in the plots AI automation impact across country. Before described, like Australia, Singapore, AI, it is slightly higher automation impact. Brazil and Germany, it's slightly lower impact. And we can see their country by automation impact across countries. From see the line chart, line graph, blue line is automation risk, green line is AI adoption level. AI adoption it is stable between 49 up to 50% over time. Automation risk it fluctuates slightly. Lowest in 2024 and highest 2026. It is gradual change. Seems like my presentation. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for group 3 and APRO. That's a very important topic to discuss in regards to AI automation challenge that brings within the job market. So it's an amazing stuff that you've done. I would have appreciated to say a couple of words, but you were already out of time. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm putting you down stage, and so everyone who have presented, please please leave. Please leave the stream. Okay, since we already have a couple of please leave the StreamYard, otherwise I may have to force you guys to leave. Only presenters are joining, only team leaders, all right? So group 6, please join the StreamYard, and I may have to remove other ones of you. I'm going to kick you out, okay? There's a private chat on StreamYard. You can see there's a private chat. So in that one, I keep on writing which one would be the next presenter. So if you are not the presenter, and if you're not the next group, please leave the stream. Otherwise, I may have to kick you out. Okay, Robel, to you. Starting your 5 minutes, you can go ahead and present.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, I think, Robel, you're having open. So please make sure that you close YouTube. Somewhere
Okay.
it's open, so it keeps on having an echo.
How about now?
Much better. You can go.
Okay. So our group chose the title of e-commerce customer behavior analysis. So our main objective was to analyze the e-commerce customers data to identify revenue drivers across product categories. There are 4 categories in our data set. understand product return patterns, and discover factors influencing customer churns. So just to give you an overview in our dataset, the dataset contains a record of around 250,000 transactions within a period of from 2020 up to 2023, which means 3 years. And the main fields it has are age, gender, product category, product price, quantity, amount, payment methods, and return and churns. So the first process was the data cleaning process, and mainly first we try to identify a missing values, and only return columns had a missing value, which was 40%, and we filled it with 0. We checked and removed duplicates. We had a redundant column, customer age and age, so we removed one of the columns. And fixed data types, we had a date time format in int data type, but we changed that to a data time format, and we had a categories, and we all fixed and cleaned the data for further analysis. Then the next one was a customer demographics analysis, and we had age distribution from 18 to 17 years, with the average being 44 years, and the distribution is uniform across all ages. And the gender distribution also was relatively balanced, which is 49.8% male and 50.2% females. So our revenue analysis, we had 4 categories in our product categories that are books, clothing, electronics, and homes. And total revenue are relatively the same, but as you can see, the books and clothing had a slight edge to the total revenue. And when we see the monthly revenue trends, there is a steady growth year over year from November to December, and lowest peak at November and December, and lowest at January and February. So there is a seasonal pattern which will help us in marketing and more promotion. And for the payment method, we had credit card, PayPal, debit card, and digital wallets. And most of the users used credit cards to pay for the purchase, and PayPal, then debit card, and digital wallets, respectively. So when we see the return analysis, there is 42 book. Overall, there is a high return rate, which is a 40% return rate. And when we see it by category, there is a 42% return rate for books, and 41 for clothing, 39 for electronics, and 38 for homes. When we see a churn analysis, which are users that stopped purchasing from that e-commerce site, and when we see it by age group, there is a 24% from age group 18 to 30, meaning the highest churn, and 60 plus years up to 70, the most 16%, lowest 16% churns, which is a lower churn. So young customers, this shows that young customers are more likely to leave the site. And when we see the correlation between returns and churns, people who didn't return still had 50% of people who didn't return the product still had churns, but people who did return had a 25% more chance of churn, meaning customers are more likely, 60% customers who have returned the product are more likely to churn. And there's also a correlation heat map. This is over the summary, but I would like to show you the visualizations with the remaining time. So as I said, when we see the age distribution, we have from 20 up to 17, which is uniform, as you can see. And when we see the age, there's also females and males are relatively the same. So when we see product popularity based on age and based on gender, females and males, relatively it is the same, as you can see. But as I told you, books and clothing had more total generated more total revenue, so it's high for females.
you might need to be a bit faster because your time was up a bit ago.
Okay. So when we see based on the age, it is relatively the same across all ages. But ages between 31 and 60 had more revenues. So when we see the total revenue by product category, books and clothings generated more money relatively to electronics and homes. Based on the median value, though, every product category was the same. When we see the churns, churn rate, as I told you, there is a 28 churn rate, but it is perfectly optimized between all the product categories. This shows the churn rate and return, the age versus the total purchase amount, and this one shows the average purchase amount based on gender, which we don't see a very clear distinction. It is relatively the same. When we see the churn rate and retention, it's kind of the same between returns and non-return values. But as I told you, people who have returned the product have more likely to be a churn. So as a summary, our revenues diversified across all 4 product categories, and return rates is critically high at 40% for all categories. Younger customers' churns are most likely at 24%, and customers who returned items are 64% more likely to churn, and age and gender do not predict spending behavior. Okay, thank you, this is all.
Thanks a lot, Robiel and Five. That was an amazing presentation. And also it's something very vital for the Ethiopian kids also, because as we're trying to in the e-commerce ecosystem. So thanks a lot. Keep on doing the good work. Does anyone have questions, comments, remarks for group 5? Group 5. Questions? Okay. You can always put down your questions as he's presenting. You can write it down so that we can review it after the presentation. So now to Maskaram. Maskaram, please let me see your screen. I don't see your screen.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, until you do that, I can already see Abraham. Abraham, which group are you? Please unmute and speak.
Hello?
Hello, Abraham.
Yes, I'm the leader of Group 10.
Group 10, great. So Group 10, go on. Maskaram, just your slide. You'd go on next, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so you have 5 minutes. Go ahead and start.
I'm the one that presenting now, or the
Yeah, you're the one.
Okay. So basically, Group 10, we are presenting the role accident, and the first thing here is we talked about the analysis of the role incident cause and trend 2014 and 2016. Okay, then we move forward. We have the objective. It has to do with the identifying the major causes of the accident, and we have to do with the compare trends across the years, and we have to do with the analysis relationship between factors, Then we got the data descriptions. It include multiple state and relations. It cover 2014, 2016, and a variables, the alcohol, the overspeeding, and overtakings, and etc. Then we got the data cleaning, has to do with checking up the missed value and not missing the data form, and we have the data set ready for analysis. And the key causes of accident, a cause of alcohol intakes, a cause of overspeeding, a cause of overtaking, a cause of lane jumping, a cause of wrong side driving, and a cause of the singular avoiding. And the distribution in type, most relations have low accident. Few relations have a very high cases, and the data is right still. The, cor- the, the correction analysis, some causes are related, race, behavior occur together, corrections does not mean crucial. And the key findings, the speeding is a major cause. Accident is unwell distributed. Multiple factors and contributed. And my recommendation here is to enforce the speed limit and improve driver awareness and strengthen traffic laws. In conclusion, understanding the accident pattern, it help reduce risk and improve road safety. So let me just share my screen with you and what we did. I'm not seeing this. Are you seeing the work? Sure. Hello?
Pardon?
Yeah, sir. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah. I'm seeing your screen. It's on conclusion. You're done with your presentation.
No, I'm trying to share with you our work to just show you what I just
In that
found really.
case, then open up. I think you can be able to show us.
And
Open the presentation so that you can show us. I mean, open the code.
I'm not getting you.
What's challenging you?
You say what challenges?
What is challenging you from presenting
Oh,
your?
goodness. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, Abraham.
Hello?
Okay, I think maybe you're having a connection challenge, but I can hear you. Okay, so maybe your time is also up. I don't know. Do you have I'm expecting some graphs, graphical representations of you've explained. Okay, so I think we're having a connection challenge. In that case, we're moving on to Mascaram. That's a great job by Group 10 about road safety. I really have appreciated to see the graphs. I believe you have uploaded the full work. I'll check it out there. Okay, Maskaram, it's over to you now. Can you check your mic if it works? And then I'm going to start the timer. Thanks, Karam.
Hello.
Oh, okay, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You can go on.
Okay. Thank you. Our title is Impact of War on Petrol Price. At the global event like war affect fuel prices, petrol price vary across countries. This data set focus on the current war. The data set is too small, but we try to identify some issues. This study analyzed before and after the war change. The objective is to compare the price before the Iran war and after the war. After the war means after March 7, and identify affected countries and analyze the regional differences and identify affected regions. When you see data set includes multiple countries that focus on petrol price comparison and include the pre and post-war prices. It has only 14 instances. It's an error 13. The data columns are this. The country defines the country name. The ISO refers to the code. Region refers to the area before the war. USD petroleum petrol price before the war. March 7 USD price after and oil import refers to the dependency. When it comes to the preparation, select relevant. We've selected the relevant columns and prepared for the analysis and fill the values. Calculated price change. First, we have defined the new column called price change is calculated by subtracting the price after the war, which means after March 7. And the analysis and the visualization identify the top increases and decreases of the selected countries compared before and after, and we've used the charts to identify it. Sorry. And here is the visualization. The top countries with the highest petrol price. The petrol price change. This graph indicate that Pakistan is the most affected country as it shows the highest increase in petrol price to the other country. And the second graph shows the top 10 countries with the petrol price decrease, which shows the Turkey is the most affected among the countries shown as it had the highest petrol price decrease. And this graph shows before and after petroleum price. That shows Nepal is the most affected as it shows the largest increase in petrol price after the war, and Iran shows the almost no increase, very small change compared to the other. And the final graph shows the petrol price change by the region. Europe is the most affected region as it had the highest average petrol price increase, and the Middle is the least affected with the lowest increase. There it is. And shall I share the code or it's enough?
So technically, if there are graphs, you could, but if there are no graphs, no need.
The graphs are only this.
Okay, so then you have completed your presentation.
Okay.
Okay, Maskaram, that was very, very important topic that you brought in. This is why we have data analysis. It's quite interesting to listen to this. Maybe can you go back to one of the slides where it shows the decrease in the petrol price? Maybe something that I saw. Yeah, yeah. The go on forward. Yes. So can you a bit explain about this?
This slide.
Yes. This graph.
This showed that Turkey showed the highest petrol price decrease as I understood.
Decrease meaning like the petrol price in Turkey decreased due to war.
I understood the analysis like this.
Okay. Maybe we need to check on this, but I think it should be increased. Can we see the other graph, the previous graph?
The increase one.
So to obtain countries with highest petrol price increase. Okay, this one makes sense. Okay, maybe I'll check out your slide, and maybe you can make another video explaining everything pre-recorded, and then we'd share these to the world. Yeah, I think that's the importance of having this. So we'd do that. You can go ahead and start the video, and that's quite interesting actually to listen to this, and that's amazing work. Maskaram's group, Maskaram in the group. That was amazing. Okay, thank you. If there is any reactions, comments, you can always write down in the chat section and also in Telegram. Now we move to group 7. Group 7. Who's the presenter for group 7? Who is the presenter for group 7? Group 7. Group 7. You can join now, maybe, if the studio was the challenge. Oh, Delawit, you are the presenter. Can you go ahead and join now? Maybe if there's a challenge trying to join the studio previously, you can join now. Okay, Delawit is looking for a quieter place. Until then, we can move on to group settle a bit faster, all right? And let me know when you're good to present in the chat. Who's group 8? Presenter for group 8. I think group 13 would like to present. Group 13. Group 13. Okay, please join the StreamYard group 13. I saw you on WhatsApp, but please join the StreamYard. Is this Ubishat? If it's you, Ubishat, I'm adding you to stage. Please unmute and you can go on. Ubshat, you can unmute and start to talk. If that's group. Or which group are you, Ubshat?
I'm from Group 8.
Group 8, excellent. Okay, so I can hear you well. So I'm going to start the timer, 5 minutes presentation, and 2 minutes later for discussion with everyone else. Okay, you can go.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. I am Ushesh, I'm from Group 8. Our discussion was about COVID-19 data analysis reports. Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
That we can hear you.
Okay, our discussion was our project is about COVID-19 data analysis, and when we see the objective, it's all about exploring global COVID-19 patterns by analyzing country and continent level data to identify key trends and disparities. Uh, the goal of this project is to analyze global COVID-19 and extract meaningful insights using data analysis and visualization. So let's go to data understanding. The first thing we have done is to load the data. Uh, we explore the data set using functions like def, dot, head, info, and describe, and we understand the structure, the data types, and the missing values. After that, we are going to data cleaning. We handled missing values by filling counters with zero since they are discrete values like total days, tot, the total confirmed case. We filled them zero and continuous values with median since there are outliers. This data set highly depended on high values, so we try to use median as a filling count, and we cleaned our data like this way. After that, we have using feature engineering. When you say feature engineering, it is creating any feature from existing feature. So we create days rate, recovery rate, and risk rate from our given data set columns. So instead of just total days, days rate helps us compare countries fairly. We also categorized countries into risk levels using predicates, which makes interpretation easier. So we have done this. The next one, we try to level up our continent to summarize. So we identified countries with the highest active cases and diseases. We try to analyze how cases are distributed across countries. We try to deaths and recoveries, distribution and histogram. We try to build them. And as I told you, this raises a featuring engineering feature. So we try to and we try to plot scatter plot comparison about this. And the distribution when we see there are confirmed cases, diseases per 1 million population, spread log scale when we see the confirmed case histogram graph. You see most countries are at the left. This indicates it is rightly this is rightly skewed data since like countries USA most dominant this and most countries have low confirmed cases. It is the same like days per 1 million population. When we see the correlational analysis, we examine the statistical relationship between variables, helping identify strong predictors and testing dependencies. Numeric correlations using heat map and multivariate cluster. We use pair plots. That's all about our presentation. And next, I'm sharing you the base code, the Python code we have used to display this.
Okay. Thanks a lot for group 8, Ubishat and the team. This is very insightful in regards to COVID, and also your presentation is quite very impressive in the sense that it's been the slides have been very crafted in an analytics way to present it quite effectively. I really appreciate that. So if there is anyone who would like to ask or say a few words regarding the presentation by Group 8, you can write it down in the chat section. You can give them a round of applause. Okay, thank you. Wubishat, I'm putting you off stage. We're now moving to group 9. Who's group 9? If we don't have group 9 on stage, I'm going to go on for group 13. Group 13, I'm going to go for group 13, but still I see the presentation by group 13. Group 13. Group 9 or group 13, one of you. Group 9 or group 13. Group 13, actually, I can see you here, but I don't see your slide. I think this is you. Yeah, Isaiah. I'm not sure if I've said your name correctly, but you're the presenter. I've put you on stage. Can you tell me if you're the group leader for or the presenter for group 13? Okay, we need to be a bit faster responding, all right? Unmute and try and speak. Otherwise, I have to move on to group 11. Group 10 have printed Abraham. Maybe actually we can use the time so that Abraham could keep on presenting. Abraham, I think there's a couple of insights that you were remaining. You can go on presenting for just 1 or 2 minutes. So anyone from group 9, please go ahead and join, and also write me in one the Telegram or the WhatsApp so that I can know you.
Hello, sir? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You can go on.
Yeah, sir. What I was trying to present here, this is the work I'm trying to show you what I was really saying. Okay. I don't know what this thing is not moving. It's not slowing down. Let me show you. It's not moving. I don't know.
Okay, so we have group 13, Abraham. Sorry, I'm putting you down.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Good afternoon,
afternoon.
sir.
How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Okay, you're group 13, so I can hear you perfectly. I'm starting the timer. You have 5 minutes for presentation and demo.
Okay, so here I am representing Group 13. So basically, our project is about students' performance analysis and data visualization. So which have to do students, how students' performance are being, or how students perform in academic environment that is having to be. Okay, let's go to slides two. Okay, so here the overview of our project is the first one is the core objective, what we aim to get from this project. So to identify key factors influencing students' academic performance that have to do with their grades. Yes. So the next one is to also analyze the impact of demographics, student habits, what are some things students are good at or something students like to do within the academic environment, and also some parental background, what are some things that parents do to make the student motivated or keep the student going. The next one have to do a data driven recommendation for educators and institutions. So at the end of this, or we should make a recommendation for educators and that of institution to be able to implement the idea. So the next one we have to do our data scope. Our data set scope mainly focus on students' performance. Data sets from two Portuguese schools, which we'll see further. Comprehensive feature covering social demographic and that of the academics variables. So here we got a data preparation and data cleaning. So for the first one, missing value, we don't have any missing value, which is non-form. Then duplicate, we don't have any duplicate row identified within our work. And data types converted 9 categories or categorical columns. So we go, so the categorical conversion, or we got the feature selection. Feature selection will focus on 4 relevant features. Category call conversion, which is the original features. We have the gender, which is the sex, the address, the internet, the parental job, and the support. GPA 1, which is a grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. So the next one, our target. So here, the says the address, the internet is on this category. It is a categorical or stuff, and then the parental job and that of support categorical, the GPA and that of the the grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, have to do the integer or standardized. So these are the kind of data type we are using. So go to the next, not waiting. So yeah, the overall academic performance. So among students that will get the mean score is 10.43, and then the median score will get 11. The standard deviation will get 4. So basically, this is telling us that the key insight, most students score. Oh, shit. Oh my god. All right, most students score between 8 to 4 to 14. A significant peak at 0 indicates a group at high rates of failure or dropout. So this is telling us that most of the students score between 8 to 14, which bring in more possibility of students being dropped out of school because of poor performance. So got a grade progressions, the grade 1 to grade 3, the grade 2 to grade 3. So stages by stages. So for the period 1, which is the average grade 1 is 10.91. The period 2 average grade 2 is 10 to 71. The final grade average grade 3, so it's 10. So Early intervention is crucial as performance tends to dip slightly as the semester progresses towards the final exam. So at times, they create a student will score for semester one or period one won't be the same they're going to score for two and the same for three. You're going to see a or slightly changes within the grades. So we got a source, students performance data set. So the graph here is representing the student performance, which is the grade. The S axis is the grade and the Y have to do with the final grades. So the power of past performance, the power of past performance. So grade two versus final grade three. So extremely strong positive correlation. So it's a or comparison between the two. So grade one versus final grade three, very strong positive correlation. So a student's performance is edit test. In edit test is the single most reliable predictor of their final outcome. So based on your previous performance, it's gonna give you a higher chance to either give a good outcome or a low outcome. So as you can see on the graph here, we got grade two, the one, and then we got model education. I want going for so grade two, the one. This is a performance in school. And next one, impact of study habits. Optimal study time. Analysis shows that students studying 5 to 10 hours per week achieve the high academic result. So if a student studying 5 to 10 hours per week, that gives a possibility of the student getting more grade or high academic results because you're going to put in more time to what you are doing. And they're going to give you 11.4 GPA grade point, which is a grade average, the minimum effort. So if the student put in 2 hours per week, it shows significantly low performance level. So you're going to make the student have a low performance because you don't put more time into your study. So it will either give you 10.05 average grade. So the key inside of this, so while most students or while most study time generally correlates with success, the plateau after 10 hours suggests that study quality is equally better. So it's always good to put in more time. Once a student put in more time, you're going to get in high result. As the chart show us here, that you see this one for 5 hours to 10 hours, you see that the child is going to progress. 2 hours, as you see in the low, 2 to 5, yes. Then 10 hours, you know the student going to perform well. The next one, the cost of absence, attendance matter. In school, once a student misses class, and it gives them less chance of getting good mark because instructors evaluate or grade based on attendance at times. So analysis reveal clear negative correlation between students' absence and final grades. As absence increase, academic performance consistently declines. Once you are not in class to catch up with lecture, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a mark. So performance impact. Students who had absence rate 15 plus show a significant drop in their median score compared to those with near fit attendance or perfect attendance. So actionable insight. Improving students' attendance is one of the most direct and manageable ways to boost overall class performance. Once a student attends more class or all of the classes or most of the lecture session, they're going to get more insight. So the parental influence on sources, parents, fathers, and the academic. So for the mothers, students with highly educated mothers, level 4, achieve noticeable higher average grades than those who mother have no formal education. If your mother is from the educational background, you'll see that they will let you give you more time to encourage you to keep on putting the fire on your back to make you focus on what you are doing. That are going to keep you up to give you good result.
Sorry, sorry, it's such a nice presentation to listen to, but the time is way up, so maybe you need to wrap.
Oh, let me go to the recommendation. Yes. So the urban and rural performance, the digital devices, students with more digital devices, have access to more resources. That is, it gives them the chance of getting more insight on what they are doing in their field. Bringing the gap in digital access and rural infrastructure is essential for achieving educational quality and improving overall student outcome. So, okay, so come to conclusion and recommendation, final insight. So, either one, let me just go to recommendation. So, protective monitoring implementation. So, implementing a automated tracking of grade 1 and grade 2 schools to trigger immediate support for students showing a downward trends. Provide digital resources, hub or offline study material for rural students and those without home internet. So students without home internet, at least they can be provided more offline materials to keep them studying, to keep them moving. Then establish a specialized tutorial program specifically for students with a history of academic failure to break the cycle. That is giving students more study material, giving them more tutorial to keep them moving. If they have been failing for the past time, they're going to keep on, that is, continuously studying and other stuff. So I said thanks for allowing me to present for our group.
Thank you a lot for the quite professional presentation and also the slide, which have been branded quite amazingly, and also even the graphs have been quite branded. That's an amazing presentation and quite an insight from the education side. Maybe if I could ask, do you actually work in the education side sector?
Say?
Do you work as a data analyst?
Oh, really? I'm not a data analyst, but I love it, and I decided to take on this course recently. So this is what drove me into this space. And then my team and
So
I were able to work well. Yes, please.
previous to this course, did you have any experience regarding data analysis?
Um, I've been not ready, but I've been going around some courses and then doing some research, which is doing similar thing like this, having a graph, like after research, giving the let's say or resort to graph, chart, yes, and other stuff. Then you doing research, statistical stuff.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Um, Thank you, the group. It was an amazing presentation. This was group 13, Isaiah and the team. That was an amazing presentation. Thank you. I'm putting you off stage so that we can move on to Dilawit. Dilawit, I don't see your presentation to put it on stage. So please go ahead and share your screen. The ones who have presented, please leave the room for others. So leave the leave the room for others in StreamYard. Okay. You hear me, Deloitte? Okay, I can see it. Yeah. That's group 7, Deloitte. I was waiting for group 9, group 11, group 12. Please write down, or I may have to pass you. Okay, Deloitte, you can go on. You're on mute, probably, if you're speaking. Hello, Deloitte.
Yeah, am I audible? I have unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Dilawit, I have already shared your screen. Please don't go presenting because you're on stage. Just go to the slide and move on to presenting. Can you speak so that I can hear you?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, your screen is visible. We can see your presentation. Please move on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you have 5 minutes for presentation and everything else. Go on.
Okay, so I'm Desalegn from Group 7. At first, we would like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity to join this amazing 3 days training, and we really want to say sorry for keeping you waiting. So let me dive into my presentation. So for this project, we would like to analyze the FIFA players' data, and so the first thing we have done when we start to do our project was brainstorming. So we had different ideas like farmer data analysis, school or hospital data analysis, and the best one was this, and we chose this to do. So the first thing we've done as we start doing the project was to collect the data, and we've got the data from a website called Kaggle, and we use the tools we've learned: Python, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. So after that, we've started to do our data set. And we've started to add our files. First, we got the data on the Kaggle website, and we downloaded and we added on our VS Code as a file so that we can use it easily. So first, we showed the number of so that first we've organized our columns and rows so that we can just work on the rows and the columns after we decide what would be our rows and what would be our columns. So the first thing we've done was configuring our environment, as I said, putting our folders and put the CSV files from what we got from Kaggle. So the files we have collected include CSV file, main file, and another files like Excel. And that Excel file is actually extracted from the Kaggle, as I said. So the second thing we've done is adding the column. As I said, we have decided what to put on the column and the rows. So just the second thing we do is just adding our column. And third thing is we have got different data sets, like we've got different players, we've got different countries, we've got different performances from Kaggle. So we've got to combine all the data using the command pd.concat. The first thing we do is that checking for the shape and the info. We've done this process every time we changed something from our Python, our base code file, or our Python file. So def.info was the one we used for checking out for the changes, and then we've used the different things we've learned, like the bar chart, the histogram, the histograph, the heat map, and we used them to analyze those data. So as you may see, there's for example in this graph, there is it's an overall rating versus country graph, and it is showing the top player by overall rating per country. It's country versus the overall the rating. It's not. It's the overall rating of all the players that a country have. For example, here there's Argentina, Brazil, Germany. their players' performance versus the countries. And here is a heat map where we showcase the average overall rating versus the countries. So we've done an analysis of the players' performance versus the countries. And here's a histograph about number of players and age. So we would like to analyze the data of players we got versus the ages. So we would like to get to analyze the data of age versus number of players, so that we can get which age has the most players. Well, at what age are most players at? So this is what this histograph is doing, and the last bar graph, it's club versus number of players, and it's including top 10 clubs by number of players. We've included the clubs and the number of players they have, so that we can analyze that how many players each clubs have. So in conclusion, as completely, we tried to analyze the clubs, the countries, and overall experience of the countries' sport exercises in FIFA. From the data we've got from Kaggle website. So here are our group members. Here's we've got to collaborate together. So here's our group members. And the last, thank you for giving us this chance. As I mentioned at the first, sorry for my voice. I was not expecting for me to present. That's why. And this is all.
Nothing's wrong with your voice. It was perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was an amazing presentation and data insights. Thanks a lot. If there is anyone who has questions for Adelaide and Group 7, you can go ahead and start asking in the chat section, also in the YouTube channel. If there is nothing more to say, that's just amazing presentation. So I'm putting you down on stage at Deloitte, so we have a room for the next one.
Thank you so much, and sorry for keeping you waiting, and sorry for my voice. I really did have to go much better. I'm so sorry, and I'm very grateful for you guys for giving us this opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely, we love doing this. Thank you. Okay, next up is going to be Francis. I think that's group 12, but I don't see you now. I'm adding Yadet. You're on stage, Yadet. You can unmute and speak. Yadet. Yadet. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, and I lost you also. So, there you go.
Okay.
Francis, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Are you getting me?
But I don't see your screen. Yeah, I can get you, but I don't see your screen.
Yes, I'm looking for how to share my screen.
There's a present or button. Do you see that?
Okay, I'm coming. Just a minute. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, but
are you seeing?
Yep, I saw you. You're up. Please make it full screen.
Are we good?
We're not good yet. If you could make it full screen, that would be better.
Okay. Are we still good?
Screen is, no. That's not the full screen button. The full screen button is Do you see the 100? No, don't come here. Just go to the presentation.
Where? Presentation.
Presentation
Okay.
slide.
Uh-huh.
Do you? Yeah. Can you clear comment? Yes, and then go to. Do you see the ones that are selected in orange? Just to the left of what you are, where you are now.
Which
Don't
one?
click.
Yes?
Yeah. You can keep on moving.
Is it
The next one to the right.
okay?
To the right. Again to the right. Not.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Is it okay? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, we're good to
So,
go.
greetings, guys. I'm Francis. Yes. I'm Francis, and I'm talking to you from Uganda. I'm from Liberia, but I currently study in Uganda, and this is our presentation. My team and I was to analyze our data on Superstore Global Seal. This is a data analysis report, and our analysis was about this report was to present a data analysis of a Superstore global order data set using Python. We use Python for data processing, for Matplotlib, and Seaborn visualization. Our main goal is to overcome pattern in slide performance, profitability, and region distribution that can support smarter business decision. So we were mainly focusing on small business decision. Now, our objectives, we have 4 main objectives. Our first objective is to what? Analyze tool sales and profit by product and category. Our next objective is to compare performance across 13 global regions.
Francis, we lost you. Maybe there's a connection challenge. Group 15, I think, Yandenet, you're on stage. Can you share your screen? Because I think Francis, we lost I think he lost his internet.
Okay. I don't know how to share the screen.
To share the screen, there is a present button between the peoples that you see. There's a present button. Okay. Do you see that present button?
I don't see it.
Do you see pupils?
I'm on the main group.
Where?
I'm on the main group.
You're not in the StreamYard?
Yes, I'm on the StreamYard.
So in StreamYard, do you see the Datotessa, Kyo, Noel? Next to that is a present button. There's. Do you see the mute unmute button?
Yeah.
Then you see a screen with a plus sign. Okay, we also lost Yandenet. So do we have any other group you'd like to present? Noel or Kyo, which group are you? And if you are maybe the presenter, I am going to let you present. Yeah, did you find how to present? Did you see that sign next to the mute, turn on video, and then There's a plus sign.
Yeah.
Can you click on that so that you can start present? Did you see that sign next to the mute, turn on video, and then okay, so as you figure this out, I think Francis is already upstage.
Yes, I'm sorry, I got
you're on
caught up.
stage.
Can I present?
Yeah. Please, yeah, you can go on, but you need to make it a bit faster because we're running out of time.
Okay. Let me go faster. So I said our report was to present a data analysis on super to global. One was to analyze total sales and profits. Hello? Guys, are you getting me?
Your connection is quite.
Are you getting me?
It's very. Yeah, we can hear you, but it's a bit. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I'm getting you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. You may need to finalize in just. Yeah, I can get you. Please go on, Francis.
Okay.
Finalize everything.
So our data says, in our data set, we have Super 2 orders. We have 3 categories, 13 regions, and we have 5 ton panels and tools. So key variable analysis. We analyze category and subcategory, 13 region global across Africa, Asia, Europe, and America. Still profit discount core financial. So first still category. Again, we draw also right? 4.11 million. All surplus is 3.79 million. So now, technology products are the strongest revenue driven within our data set. Customer from this, you can know that customer prioritizes tech purchases likely due to higher unit price. Am I still here? Hello? Are you getting me? Now, our second finding is we found that technology has 664 profit, which is the most profitable, and office supplies, which account for 518,000, which is a strong margin. Then furniture account for only 287 profit, despite having 4.1 million in sale. Now, our key concern is furniture has sale but a very low profit margin. This suggests high cost of exclusive discounts in instant in return. Our sale by region, we have Central, South, North, Ocean, Asia, South Asia, Africa, Central Asia, West, East, and the Caribbean. Then we also have discount versus profit. What our analysis shows is that a scatter plot of discount versus profit reveal a negative relationship. As discount increase, profit drop, often trending negative. Others profit 0% discount tend to the highest. What matters the most is discounting is hunting profitability. While discount may boost your volume, they significantly reduce or estimate the profit margin. Here's our recommendation. 1, we recommend that there should be more investment in technology. Technology driving the highest sale and profit, prioritize stock marketing and expansion in sale category. 2, Review furniture pricing. Review furniture has low profit margin despite high sale. So you need to reduce unnecessary discount and review supply chain costs. 4, cap discount at 30%. Discount above 40% constantly lead to losses. So you need to introduce a low cap policy to protect profit margin. 5, focus expansion in central region. Conclusion. This analysis of Superstore data set reveal clear patterns that can guide business strategy. Technology is the most valuable category both in sale and profit. Furniture, despite being strong sale, is underperforming on margin. Discount policies are haunting profitability in central region for all space of all. This funding provides a strong foundation of data-driven decision making. Our key findings: technology leading in both sale 4.7 million and profit 64K. Furnitures have a critical profit gap, high sale, low return, and heavy discounting consistent causes loss. Central region is the stronger market global. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Francis and team. Group 12, you've done an amazing job despite the connection challenge and everything. You have managed to present the insights that you've found. That's quite important in the economic world. Thanks a lot. If there is any questions regarding this, please, this presentation, you can ask in the chat section. I see group 14. Please, I see it's Girma Moges. Girma Moges, please join the StreamYard. That's the way that you're going to present. Until then, I'm proceeding to Yada. Francis, I have to remove. Thanks a lot for your presentation.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think this is group 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
you go ahead
proceed
and
to
share
the
your screen?
presentation?
Yeah, but you need to share your screen. There's a plus sign. Did you see it?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I don't see your screen. Plus sign አለች እዚህ I think.
Yo, what's up?
Group 14, please join using StreamYard. There you go. I'm sending the links. Group 15 is still having a challenge. Group 11, Group 9, and Group 4. This is the time you're going to have if you want to present. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next stage of what we're going to do. Actually, we don't really have that much time, that much of a time. Group 4, Group 9, Group 11, Group 14. Please join the StreamYard. I'm sending you the link for the StreamYard. All right, so it's one is actually joining. Okay, so this was the demo side of the presentation. So I'm going to send you out the final survey. So this is going to be the attendance of today, as we are actually wanting to improve the. It helped everyone with some ways. So please make sure that you actually. Hello.
To go over to I know that our dream is real and it is natural. That one, no matter the circumstance, we lose family members.
So there you go. I have sent out the final survey. So please make that you fill it in very decently, so that we can get a very good insight. Okay, I see Rafik. Which group are you? Rafik. I see Miles. I see also Germa Mogas. If you are here to present, please let me know your groups. This is going to be your last to present. You can mute and speak if you would like to present. Okay, so keep on filling in the final survey as we are moving on. So we'll a few minutes for this, maybe 15 minutes for filling in the baselines.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Retu. Am I audible, please?
Maybe if it's you, Gurmamogas, please go ahead and present. But I don't see your screen, or I can't hear you speaking.
Okay, I think, do you hear my sound now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't see your presentation.
Okay. How can I share you my screen?
There is a present sign. There is a present sign next to, mute unmute video, or mute unmute audio. Do you see that? Next to that, there is a present sign. There's a plus sign. Plus sign is side of a screen. Others keep on filling in the final survey.
Excuse me, Mr. Littlebit, I'm not seeing any plus sign in the screen.
You should be able
Shall
to
I use
see
my
it,
camera? Shall I use my camera?
No, actually, that won't help a lot. So, Rick, is this your team? Are you in the same team? Rafik and Gurmamogas?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, Rafik, I've already shared the slide, so you can go on and present together, whichever way you like. You have a minute.
Okay, so my name is Gurmamogas Tubada. I'm from group 14, and our project title was sales performance analysis. And so at the beginning, we try to have and select a good data set from Kaggle, and then we divide each task as the data cleaning, the analysis, and the visualization to different kind of members. So in the data cleaning section, before jumping to the data cleaning section, let me tell you how many data sets were there in the CSV file. There were around 980 records in 18 columns, and it include from 2050 up to 2090 year-based records, and there was a total more than 2 million sales, and with 4,922 orders, and there was around 793 customers. We select this because it's more aligned with our title. So in the first slide, please, Rafik, show me the first slide. So here we will try to understand the sales and the profit over time through the visualization tools, the Matplotlib and Sysboard. As you see, the blue graph is about sales and the orange was about profit. And in here we understand there was a lot of sales, but their profit was really, really minimized. And we will understand what is the reason behind this difference later in the last slide. So in overall, in what we understand in here is that they have a lot of sales, but their sale was not secure for their profit. Graphic, show me the next slide. So in here we try to categorize the sales performance depending on the category. As you see, depending on the categories, the tech categories, or the furniture, or the office supply. So depending on our data set and our visualization tools, we understand that technology was the first category performance, and nextly the furniture was next, and then office. So in here we move on. So here we will see based on the region, West, East, Central, and South. So we will see in which region and the sales and the profit amount we can understand from this visualization. And Rafik, the next please. So in the last section, we can understand that the East and the West are more dominated by the tech sales. And here we try to understand based on the segment. The sales was for different sectors, for the consumers, for the corporate, or even the home office. So based on our visualization, the consumer was about 50.6% of the sales. It's about around more than 1 million sales was for the consumer, and the other 50%, 49.3% was for the corporate and the home offices. So this was the visualization from the based on the segment. Rafik, the next, please. So in here, as I mentioned before, the sales and the profit were not aligned within a minimal difference. So they made a lot of sales, but the profit was really minimized. And we try to understand the reason behind this. The reason was based on the discount. So they give a really high discount for the merchants and the consumers. That led them to have low profits and high sales records. So as I mentioned before, there was a reason that the sales and the profits graph was really further apart. Then it was due to the discount they give. They give really high profits, and giving a high discount makes them lose their profits and increase their sales amount. So people buy them because they give a discount, but they were losing their profit and they were increasing their sales performance. And it is all about our presentation. And I'm really sorry for the internet connection and the misunderstanding. Thank you, Mr. Elders and everybody.
Thanks a lot, Rafik, Gurma, yes, and the team for the insightful presentation, which is regarding business. And I think one of the vital areas where data presentation analysis would be vital is in this area. Yeah, that's amazing. So if you have any questions and remarks regarding these, please check it out. You can go ahead and ask for 1 minute. Yeah, Internet, I still see you here, but I don't see presentation. I think that's group 15. I really appreciate to see your presentation, but otherwise we can't do anything. I will consider the effort you want to present. Group 11 and 4, I haven't heard from you. Okay, so I'm putting you down, Gurmamo, guess, Rafik, and the slides that you've presented. Okay, please make sure that you go ahead and fill out the final survey, because if you don't, we'd never consider that you were here today. We can remember everyone else. So that would be considered as an attendance, and also a way that you can explain how the training was. Which group are you, Arma? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Which group are you? Which group are you?
Okay.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
So until you share, I think I see Yadinet's screen. So you'll be presenting next, Arma. I'm putting you down on stage. Yadinet, you can go on now.
Okay, thank you for this chance. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to present my project titled Netflix Data Exploration. And as an introduction, when we see the project overview, Netflix is one of the world's leading streaming platforms, offering thousands of movies and TV shows to global audience. The purpose of this project is to understand content trends and the patterns within Netflix library. And in this analysis, we used a method called exploratory data analysis or EDA to examine the data set we have, and our main goal is to identify trends in content types, understand where content is produced, analyze growth over time, and study rating and the durations. This gives us insight into Netflix strategy of September 2021. The first one is data set characteristics. Data sets used in this project contain about 8,807 entries, including both movies and the TV shows. Each entry includes a unique ID and a title, information about directors, cast, and the country, release year, and the date it was added to Netflix, classifications such as type, rating, duration, and genre. This rich dataset allows us to analyze Netflix content from multiple perspectives. The next slide discusses about the data cleaning. Before analyzing the data, it was important to clean it to ensure accuracy. Some values were missing. For example, directors, cast, country fields had missing entries, which had labeled as unknown. And few missing ratings were corrected. Raw missing important information like dates added and the duration were removed. In total, only a small number of rows were removed, so dataset remains reliable and representative. After clearing dataset, was about 100% ready for analysis. When we see the technical stack or analytical framework and the tools, the project was completed using several tools, as we can see from the slide. Python 3 as main programming language, Pandas, and NumPy for data handling and calculations, Matplotlib and Seaborn for visualization, and Jupyter Notebook for interactive analysis. These all tools helped us to transform raw data into meaningful insights. Okay, we can see the content type. As I have discussed before, our entities are, or what we include in this program is movies and TV shows. One of the key findings is the difference between movies and TV shows. Movies dominate the Netflix library, making up the majority of content. However, TV shows play a crucial role in keeping users engaged over time. This shows that Netflix balances movies for quick viewing, TV shows for long-term engagement. Catalog grows over time. Next, we analyzed how Netflix content library has grown over time. We observed that a steady increase in content over years, rapid growth in recent years as Netflix expanded globally, key periods where content addition accelerated. This growth reflects that Netflix shifts from licensed content to producing its own original content. When we see the global production hub, as we can see from our slide, United States dominated as a largest contributor. Other major countries like India, United Kingdom, Canada, and France also are some of the dominators of the production of Netflix movies and the TV shows. This shows that Netflix is becoming increasingly global, investing in local language content to reach different audiences worldwide. The other one is the audience rating. We also analyzed the content rating to understand target audiences. The most common rating is TVMA, meaning content of For mature audiences, a large portion of this is also TV14, suitable for teenagers. There's also family-friendly content, but it is smaller in comparison. This indicates that Netflix focuses strongly on adult and mature audiences, which align with its content strategy. And the other one is movie duration or movie duration patterns. As we can see from the slide, it's about between 19 and 120 minutes. This matches standard viewing habits and the audience attention spans. We also identified very short movies and very long movies or outliers. Additionally, duration varies depending on the genre. The other one is, and the last one is the strategic insights and conclusions. To summarize this, movies dominate the platform instead of TV shows. Netflix has experienced rapid growth, especially in recent years. The platform is becoming more international, and there is strong focus on mature audiences than others. This insight helps us to understand Netflix business and the content strategy. And as a future work, in future, this analysis can be expanded by using near data sets, performing sentiment analysis and the content description, exploring genres in more detail. So in conclusion, this project demonstrates that how data analysis can reveal meaningful patterns in large data sets and provide insight into real-world platforms like Netflix. Thank you for listening. I am happy to answer any question you have.
Thanks a lot, Group 15, and also presenter for this. It's the crucial part of the industry that you're trying to address, and I'm happy to listen to this. So maybe if you have any questions regarding the presentation, please go ahead and ask in the chat section or also in any of the platforms that we've been doing. So it's time to start our exam. So make sure that you fill in the final way because it's going to be vital. But now we are going to move on to exam. Okay. So let's hear from Amran. Amran, I don't see your screen. If you're able to show me your screen, you'd have a couple of minutes presentation. Otherwise, we're going to finalize this presentation. Okay, everyone, ready until then. In 3 minutes, we're going to send out the exams.
Thank you. Okay.
So the exam is 15 questions, and you have
Okay. My name is Amma S. Nazaf now.
Excuse me, Amran. We don't see screen. I can't see your screen. You need to first share your screen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Exam has been, sorry, that's a wrong form. There you go. Exam has been sent out. In all the groups. You have 15 minutes, 20 minutes for your exam. There you go. I'm going to start the timer. So make sure that you do it well. It's a bit tricky. Don't be so fast. For those of you who haven't filled in the final survey, make sure also to fill in the final survey. Hey, so a lot of you are actually taking the exam, but I can see that still. Okay. A lot of you are actually completing towards doing the exam well. So the time is about to be out, but some of you are saying me yeah, because you haven't finalized the exam due to internet and also power issues. So we're going to keep it up for a couple of minutes. Make sure to do both the final survey and also the exams, right? Both the final survey and the exams. So if you have final words that you would like to say, you can always write in the comment section. We're quite happy with what you have done. It's quite interesting to do this. And stay tuned with InfNova. We're going to be sending you your certificate in 3 weeks' time, okay? Don't keep on writing emails and text messages and everything. So in 3 weeks' time, you should receive your certificates through your email address. So I believe you've been writing your email address and names correctly. That way, everything should be okay. So yeah, please make sure that you do that. And you should receive your certificates in 3 weeks' time, okay? Yeah, saying that, we are done with this training. It was such a journey. Thank you all. I am saying goodbye. Round of applause for everyone else, for all the assistants who've been providing support in a tremendously amazing manner. Shout out to all the assistants that have been working, and also Dave, who've been supporting you both in technical manners and also supporting you in being even assisting in your questions, and also providing you with all the exams and checking your exams results and everything else. So that was really amazing to see all of you from different part of the world, especially Africa, where sometimes it's quite early around you. You wake up at 6 a.m. depending on the part of Africa that you're in. It's quite amazing to see your effort that you put in this. We will make sure that we consider all the comments and improvement that you've written in the final survey for the next trainees. And also we'll be coming up with amazing courses, both in person and also online, especially in regards to AI, in regards to machine learning and more. So stay tuned. We'll also be sending out videos that are crafted based on the training, short videos that you can learn complete, fully data analysis. So this is quite a big skill that you have developed, but what I really recommend you is not to stop. Keep on learning, keep on developing, and keep on networking. That's very vital with people that do this. So in our platform, it's a place where a lot of professionals, students, and also trainers are all together. So keep on, stay tuned with us. Yeah, so that you don't miss opportunities. And yeah, so a couple of you are saying thank you. So Bishad said, I think you're amazing. I'd like to share something. please tell us about the opportunity internship courses and any other useful resources that can help us grow in this field. So Infnova channel is actually dedicated to this. We keep on sharing places that you can learn different kinds of these skills. So we keep on sharing, but also we understood that we need one strong platform which does put every of this in one place. So we're building this for you. We should be announcing it towards June, July. So by then you can learn at your own pace, and also that place would have networks regarding data science, every opportunities regarding data science, like job opportunities and internship, all included in one platform. That's what we're doing. So Obishat, I believe you'd be the first one to use it, definitely. And also, Matsuna Maharik said, thank you, Infnova, for data analysis and visualization training. A big thank you for our trainer, Lidat Tadasa. Thank you, likewise. I really appreciate the good words, for amazing explanation and support throughout the session. Thank you. Thanks a lot for everyone else. And I couldn't say the name. This has been a great learning experience. Continue to do more of this, please. We'll try to do more of this as it really requires us to do a couple of things for subscription and everything else. I really appreciate that you also, if you have companies that could sponsor, so that we always provide this for free. We never want our students to pay, especially African students. So yeah, we could keep on doing this also with the support of Infnova in its academy initiative. And also one of the best assistant that was supporting you in assisting you every step of the way, from learning to project development to presentation and everything. Nathaniel Getachew said, dear trainees, it had been great experience assisting you. It was also a great experience working near to you, close to you. Nati, you've been very conscious, you've been very attention detailed person, where you've supported all the students in a way that you can best do. Thank you everyone else. I really appreciate it. So the last thing that we're going to do is, this is the moment that you understood data analytics in a way that you can do more towards this. So I'm going to request you a very small thing to do. So let's start sharing the words out of our YouTube channel, and also in LinkedIn about what we do. So you'd have a better way of doing this, and we have better sponsors that we can provide this all over Africa. Maybe we travel to different parts of Africa, like Liberia, Botswana, come there and teach hundreds and hundreds of students on this aspect. So let's go ahead and share the word, put the word in LinkedIn. I can see that a couple of you are already sharing your happiness on LinkedIn. So please go ahead and do that in LinkedIn, in Instagram, in any of the platforms that you really would like to use. And make sure that you mention us at Infnova Technologies. It's mostly the same in most of our platforms. So select that, and we'd make sure that we actually view, comment, and also expand this. Yeah, I can see a couple of more comments. Naba said this training was very helpful and easy to follow. I learned a lot about data analysis and visualization. Thank you for the effort. Likewise, thank you for the effort that you put in learning data analysis for 3 days. It was really amazing. So for the YouTube video case, we would be doing another videos because it's going to be a long time before they release this video. So we are going to just keep on producing these videos for you so that you can always revise. Mikael Wonderson said, it was a great journey. Thank you for the opportunity. Likewise, thank you for being here. Thank you a lot for everyone else. This was such quite a journey. So stay tuned to InfNova channels and also our YouTube, so that you don't miss any opportunities regarding this trainings that we provide. So on the exam, it was grading your full name. So don't really worry about it, right? We will notify it to have no grades. Okay. So a couple of you are asking any opportunities regarding internship and job. At the moment, we already have announced the internship, interview, project development, and the ones who have passed the internship would be starting the internship. But if you believe you're fit for the internship activities that we have, then stay tuned. Maybe we could have it in July. We have our interns in a Pan-African way, where there are students and also professionals working with us from different parts of Africa, Kenya, Rwanda, Botswana, and also Nigeria. So you can be the next one. Stay tuned. Big thanks to Mr. Dida. Likewise, thanks a lot for the good words, for great teaching approach in InfNova Tech, for organizing this wonderful training. Yeah, looking forward to more. Likewise, looking forward for the great things that you're going to do. Thank you, Mikhail, also for the good words. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So I think we can finalize this with saying goodbye, and make sure that you share our channels to different groups in your student community, in your learners community, so that we can reach out even more and more of students. This was an amazing section with all of you. Round of applause for everyone else. And then we can now finalize our training. Goodbye, everyone else. Have the best rest of the day.